All right, it's Monday, May 8th. This is a morning SPY update about 2 hours into trading, just showing you what's unfolding here so far this morning on the SPY. After yesterday's or Friday's big green day to the upside, we gapped, closed pretty strongly. We talked about how we are kind of anticipating, after taking out the lows of this range, that eventually we're going to work out to take out the highs of those range. If we can get above the yellow line here, that turns the monthly chart back to green. So we're kind of anticipating that, and we have a little bit of a down opening here to the mid, holding the midway point of that bar. And again, on the weekly chart, we're seeing, the two hammer bar. It was broadening action last week. So we know we're stuck in the middle of a range. So that's why, we're not really expecting momentum necessarily up or down, but we are, after taking out the bottom of the range, kind of anticipating moving back to the top of the range. So how does that unfold this morning? On the 15-minute chart, once you had the pre-market range here between the blue lines, the very first bar was red and headed lower. And once you broke through there, this was a very short-term trade, the way I see it, to get short here and take out those pre-market lows. That's all you were looking for on that trade, because it's not as if you're expecting a big directional day. You're above the midpoint of the prior day. You, in the big picture context-wise, you're expecting to kind of go to the bottom of the range to the top of the range. So any short signal here in the middle of the pre-market range to start the session is just to take out those lows. And that's exactly what price did. Then you get the green reversal. Now, the question is, do you want to immediately go long there on a red to green move? It's not a classic red to green move where you're, immediately kind of anticipating taking out the high of the first bar. You kind of move down for a bunch of bars. What I'm looking for here, and I'm patiently waiting for, is what I like is a directional move, as I've always discussed, is, the way I look at it is a first move down, orderly pause, second move down. So if this day is not going to end up being a directional move to the downside, which I'm not anticipating, then you got this push down, as move number one. We came up here, we kind of held the midpoint of the first bar. Now we're getting a push down to, on push two. If this push two can't take out the intraday lows, and we come down somewhere in here and then have a 2-up green bar, that to me would be a buy signal to at least take out, this high here, and then you see if you take out the intraday highs and the pre-market highs and get this follow through from Friday in line with the bigger picture up towards these targets up here to really get the monthly chart green, and then we have our target up here, this green line eventually. So that's kind of what I'm watching for here in terms of buying the SPY. And if it doesn't happen today, then we'll see what unfolds tomorrow. We'll see how this day closes. We'll do a recap video and see whether or not tomorrow becomes the day to really buy. But for now, to me, the opportunity was to do if you're trading the SPY itself, was to do a quick short trade here just for a quick profit to take out those stops here below the pre-market lows, and that's all you got. And then you kind of rallied as expected. But to me, I like this move here. If this could be a secondary push down that can't really or barely takes out these lows, let's say we head down there and then immediately turns green again, that could be a buy signal to me to see if we work higher in the afternoon. So let's see how it unfolds today. But that's what I'm patiently watching for here on this pullback. That ideally, I don't want it to reach those lows. I want it to hold here and then get kind of a 2 down, green 2 up, and I'd buy that and see how if we can rally during the afternoon as expected.